Squirrels and Robots, episode 86. Since the world is in its usual state, we're talking about movies today. Nothing says escaping reality than watching something that doesn't take place in it. Let's go. Venom, Let There Be Carnage is officially going to be rated PG-13. Boo! Which is kind of a letdown, as both Venom and Carnage are fairly violent comic book characters. I don't see why Deadpool can be R-rated, but Venom, no? Do not understand. Well, I mean, hopefully we'll get an unedited director's cut at some point, But whatever. We'll just stream it. Whatever, I guess. The Rocketeer is making a comeback on Disney+, but, of course, with a twist, as the main character is going to be a darker shade of human than we're all used to. Really? They're doing that race change thing again? Yeah, but this could actually work, as they're reworking the Rocketeer to be a pilot that was part of the Tuskegee Airmen. Who's that? Well, for those who don't know, the Tuskegee Airmen were primarily African-American pilots who flew fighters and bombers during World War II. That is a bit of underappreciated American history. Yeah, and you know what? Frankly, I'm fine with this. Because if it's taking place during World War II, not only does it kind of bring a bit of history to the franchise, it could also shed light on an overlooked group of heroes that fought and died for a country that essentially treated them like crap. So honestly, this is one of those cases I don't want to hear people complaining about crap, okay? We already have 80 years worth of World War II movies and television shows focusing on the lighter shades of soldiers. And not that I expect the Rocketeer to be historically accurate, but it will be nice to see a different perspective on a war that's been beat into the ground by Hollywood since it started. I will agree. I mean, besides, the Rocketeer kind of had its chance in the 90s, and it was kind of jank, wasn't it?
It was so jank.
Yeah, welcome back. Again, when it comes to race or gender changes in movies, give it a chance. It's all fictional crap anyway. If it turns out it sucks, it sucks. If it's good, then good. But don't squash an idea before it's given a chance, okay? I want to see Danzig's new movie, Death Rider in the House of Vampires. Oh, dear Lord, why? I mean, I watched Veronica, and it was all sorts of, what is even happening here? I mean, come on. It was kind of a good, campy, kind of horror movie, yes, but did it mean to be? That's the thing. Oh, I hope so. Yeah, apparently Death Rider in the House of Vampires is going to be released in time for spooky season, which brings us towards Mel Brooks. What? Dracula, Dead and Loving It, is finally getting a Blu-ray release. Wow, that took forever. That was kind of like a really fun parody of Dracula and all that. And it's kind of overlooked a bit. It's got cult status, though. I remember Renfield being someone I would really like to hang out with.
Of course you would.
I could see them in a cafe. Harry Potter, for its 20th anniversary, is getting a complete 4K collection, which I'm sure will be expensive. You're overpriced, Harry. As will the Middle-earth 4K collection, which is literally all the theatrical and extended versions of both The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, which clocks in at 31 discs, and apparently is going to be around $250. We just got the Blu-rays for that!
Isn't that always how it goes? You buy something, and then an upgrade comes out.
I'm used to that with phones, but movies? I mean, please, can't all have something that just doesn't require an upgrade? Yeah, that'll be a pass. But hey, The Lost Boys is getting a 4K release, which is pretty good. That's like one of those cool, campy, yet good vampire movies, from back in the day. I like that movie. And on an odd note, Jack Frost is getting a Blu-ray collection. You mean those horror movies with the killer snowman? Yeah, those. That film made me so scared of snow people that I carry around a blowtorch in the winter months all the time, just in case. What? It's true. He's kind of cracked tonight. Ugh. Paranormal Activity and Pet Sematary are both getting reboots that are going to Paramount Plus, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot will be exclusively on Netflix. The streaming wars just keep going. I dislike this greatly. Yeah, I'm one subscription away from using a VPN, okay? Anyway, on the topic of remakes, The Witches of Eastwick is getting a remake. Why? That was a classic. Leave it alone. Well, they made it a spoopy musical. Yeah, do not want. Yeah, speaking of musicals, The Shining is getting an opera. Wow, Alt really is dead. I am Jack Torrance. I kill you with an axe because the barman told me to do so. Boom, boom. Here's Johnny. Boom, boom. Here's Johnny. Boom, boom. Here's Johnny. I'm gonna kill you in the snow. Yeah. The reboots just keep coming, but on the bright side of things, the Uncharted series, the game, is rumored to be coming to PC.
Allegedly.
Yeah, nothing confirmed, but hey, there you go. I bought Ralph Snart comics. You what? Yes, I follow the creator of Ralph Snart on a Twitster, and he posted a random comic that said, "Hey, you didn't buy my stuff. You're not a fan." So I said to myself, oh, I like their work. So I dug through all my comic books that I have, and I sent them pictures saying, "Hey, do not fret, for fans mostly have physical things." But then I find out I'm missing issues. You have plenty of issues, mate. But not Ralph Snart issues. So I bought everything digitally, even if I had the physical copy. What? Why? Well, you know how you always say, support the indies. Yeah. Did I not do that? You did say that. Oh, God. How much did it cost? I bought 60 plus comics for $100. Really? Wow, that's actually like an awesome deal. Yes. So now I own all Ralph Snart, all Weird Melvins, and all Dr. Gorpin. I have never read Dr. Gorpin, but, well, whatever. I guess I can't get mad at you for spending money on an indie artist, so... Hey, I'd be good. You know, how old are those comics anyway? I never read Weird Marvin, and it's a zany thing so far about a weird monster killer and a kid who really likes comic books. And it's off the wall and strange with an art style that is kind of like Ratfink, but with 100% more blood and squishy. Okay. Well, on the topic of old is new again, Naked Raygun. That's right, that punk band from Chicago, they've been around forever. First new album released in 30 years, Naked Raygun, Over the Overlords. I will say, it is a decent album. I mean, if you already like Naked Raygun, assuming you know who they are, it's pretty much Naked Raygun, but with a slight evolution to the sound and song structure, but not so much that you're like, oh man, they changed, who is this? So, hey, for my taste, great job, I'm happy with it. You know, I was actually kind of worried that you'd listen to it and just, like, explode in rage, like, oh, they're not how they used to be, and, you know, all that, you know, just that thing that you do. Yeah, I mean, anytime a band comes out of the woodwork after being on hiatus for, like, a decade, I always worry a little bit. But so far, I've been pretty impressed with some of the old band's new material. Naked Raygun, Psychedelic Furs. Green Day has been pretty consistent, with some tracks being like, Bob Mould, Peter Murphy, you know, a lot of these musicians from ye olden times, they've been pretty good with their creative output, even if they took a break for 30 years, apparently. Speaking of ye olden times, what? Are we doing anything for our 20th anniversary? I mean, Harry Potter is 20 years old, Xbox is 20 years old. What about us? What about us, mate? Are we gonna do anything? Probably not. Maybe get some Chinese food. I don't know. Well, we has an anniversary on September 10th, but September 11th is a big day of poop and sadness because that is also an anniversary of sorrow. Yeah, here's the thing. For folks out there, I tend to not dwell on our anniversary because it's literally 24 hours away from another one. That is a terrible yearly reminder of how crappy some people can be in this world. And as a New Yorker, it's kind of like I don't feel like celebrating much, you know? Because not really the time. I don't know if it ever will be, you know? You know, all right, I guess fair enough. But I will say, for everyone out there, new and old, who have put up with our stuff for so long, even if it's just for the jiggly Jermaine stuff, we wouldn't be around if not for everyone's support. So, I mean, 20 years, you folks have been there, and it's appreciated. So I will apologize that we may not be doing anything like, 20 years, you know, whoop-de-doo. But just keep in mind it coincides with other events that have happened in the world that, were not fun. Yeah, you know, your support has been helpful. Buying goodies, spreading the word, sharing links, watching new episodes. You know, being all around helpful. People are good. People are good. You know, folks have been really amazing. Yeah, there are good people out there, but there are very bad people out there, too. But as usual, the only way we really know how to thank people is to keep doing what we do. So, Halsey, hi. Back back to work. But I just got my tooth fixed. I want candy. No candy. Back to work. New cartoons need to be made. Why did I choose animation as a life job? It was so stupid. Yeah, but, sometimes your calling isn't what you expect. I'm sorry. But, hey. Hey, what? Did you see the last comic strip we posted? Did you say, oh, hypnotize Jermaine? Did you say? Yeah, I think I missed that one. Really? Well, listen, I'll figure, right, maybe we can work that into the series. Cure Jermaine's depression through hypnosis. Yeah, sure, whatever. I don't care. As it is now, in the new series, I am hanging out with Susie June. You deal with Jermaine, okay? Hypnotize away, I don't care. Right, Pilsy, hi. I have a story for you to work on. Ow, more work! Alright, it all starts like this.
You do realize a cartoon where Begley can hypnotize Jermaine will only lead to dark places.
Well, can it get any darker than it already has over the last 20 years?
Yes. Bro. It's the internet. Do you think a bouncy goth girl under the complete control of a squirrel, who is already riddled with lewd proclivities, can end well?
Well, I'm on an island with Susie June, so I don't care.
You are a heartless one, aren't you?
Did you watch the episode, You're Being Mean?
I missed that one. Sorry.
Yeah, well, watch that and get back to me. Until then, it's all cartoons made up by a derpy squirrel at this point. It don't mean anything. Have fun with it, alright?
Oh, right. I have forgotten that cartoons are fictional. The way humans speak on Twitter, you feel as if they were real.
Yeah, humans are all sorts of messed up.
Agreed. And speaking of messes, let us make a mess out of Jermaine. In a fictional context, of course. Also make some lewd stickers for people.
Now, come on!